Good morning, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. I am Jasleen, and I'm the Field Marketing Manager for Control Rooms, and a very warm welcome from my side to this very first session of the year. And with this, I would also like to take the opportunity to wish you a very happy new year. So today we have quite interesting topics for you, and let me quickly go through the agenda. First of all, we'll start with our presence at ISE. Samira will give you full explanation about our different booths at ISE. Next one is everything to do with Barco Control, so what's new and what's coming in the Q1. And the third one is what's new in our large video walls. At the end of this session, we have a Q&A, so there is no chat in our session. If you have any questions, just put in the Q&A chat and we will handle that at the end of the session. So we start with our very first topic, that's ISE. Samira, good morning. The floor is yours.
Hi, Jasleen. Good morning, everybody. Let me take control. Before I kick it off, also from my side, a very happy, but especially healthy new year. Let me see, do I have control?
Normally you have control, Samira? If not, I'm happy to just push the slides.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Yes, so ISE, really exciting. I think how many weeks do we still have? 2, maybe 3 in front of us. Go ahead, Jasleen. First of all, I hope to see all of you there. I will be there myself. Maybe before I jump into it, there's a raise your hand function in Teams, just to know who is going to ISE in a few weeks. I'll raise my hand. Look at that. Oh, that makes me really happy, and I truly hope to see and catch up with all of you there. Go ahead, Jasleen. All right. So same as last year, we have really changed our strategy for ISE to really expand our presence on the show. ISE is a massive show. So also this year, you will find us on many different locations. You will find us on the Barco booth, also on the Barco residential booth, but you will also find us on our partnership booths. That is with RPG, and I know our colleagues from RPG are also in this call, so we're really excited about that. Lundhalsey, which is one of our furniture partners, Wesco, Avixa, BOE, and Unilumen. So you can find us at many different places again this year. We are very proud to once again be the official LED technology partner for Avixa at ISE. What does that mean? All the video walls, but especially the image processing that Avixa is using at the show will all be Barco. On Thursday during the show, there is a cybersecurity summit. I will go a little bit deeper into that later, but it's really exciting because it's actually the first time ISE is organizing a cybersecurity summit, and they have asked Barco Control Rooms to be the headliner of that. So we are really excited about that one. Go ahead, Jasleen. Yes. So as I mentioned, we are present in 7 locations. If you go to the Barco booth, there will be nice colleagues of ours, and they will hand out these floor plans, these cards, where you can find our locations. As you have seen on maybe on LinkedIn or via an email that we have sent out, you can also download the floor plan online. Go ahead. Yes. So different locations, what are we showcasing? First of all, Barco Control. So that is a given. The nice thing is, by being at so many locations, we are also showcasing all of our different video wall solutions. So if you are there with a customer and you want to showcase anything out of portfolio, you will be able to find it at ISE. Our team will also be there, so if you need any help or guidance, you can always go to the Barco booth and we will happily assist you by finding one of these locations or by giving a demo to your customers. Go ahead, Jasleen. All right, these are our LED partnership colleagues and of course Avixa as well. Go ahead, then I will immediately highlight a bit the new products that you will see. So we have Barco Control, our LED portfolio TruePix as well, and Unicy 2. These are not new things. What is exciting is we will be showcasing Unicy 500 500 plus for the first time. It speaks for itself. It's a successor of our Unicy 500. And there's three things that you need to remember: improved image quality, lower reflection, better image retention. It's also a much more greener solution because of its 25% lower power consumption, and it is suitable for 24/7 control applications. So if you are interested in a deep dive demonstration, either for you, your team, or a customer, please join us at the RPG booth, where our colleagues, but also the RPG colleagues, will gladly demonstrate this to you. For the first time in Europe, we are also showcasing Let's NTI. NTI is actually an extension of the existing NT series, and it provides practical options for control room applications such as high brightness, low power consumption, and minimal heat. Now, we have already launched the LED NTI back in June at Infocom. Why did we do that? Because of the Let's NTI, we have a TAA and BAA version, which means that we have a built-in for the USA versions. But of course, we're also bringing it to Europe. Go ahead, Jasleen. So these are the products that you will find at ISE, but we are also present at ISE in many, many different ways. Let me first start with the Cybersecurity Summit on Thursday. So we are headlining that by hosting a keynote by our two colleagues. Most important is our security officer will also be there. So if you or anyone from your team is excited to learn more about cybersecurity, I have seen the full agenda. You can also find it online. It is really, really interesting. And I think, especially with what is going on in the world today and the trends that we see upcoming, it is really valuable to gain more knowledge on that. So in the morning, there's a lot of keynotes and panel discussions during the summit. The afternoon, together with everybody joining the summit, we will actually visit a customer of ours, and it's not just any customer, it is the Port of Barcelona, which is really quite impressive. So that's really a highlight. It's on Thursday. If you want more information, please reach out to myself or any of my colleagues. What else is new and exciting at the RPG booth? We are demonstrating something new. It's not the first time in Europe that we are showcasing this, but it's the first time at ISE. It's actually our global control room concept together with extreme networks. So what is it? It's actually a connected control room concept. It's an innovative all-in-one KVM over IP solution where actually customers gain a scalable platform for managing critical operations really anywhere. So we have a colleague from Extreme Networks joining us as well. So if you are interested in learning more, seeing how it works, we will be showcasing that at the RPG booth. So there's a lot of learning sessions and panel discussions at ISE together with Avixa. We will also be participating in those. You can find the full agenda either on our LinkedIn account, or we have also already sent out an email, but we will be sending out reminder emails as well. That was it from my side for ISD. So we are really excited with everything that we have planned, but most important, I really hope to see you all there to catch up and prepare ourselves for an exciting 2026 together. That gives me also the opportunity to present our next speaker, and that is Jeffrey, who I believe is in the room. There he is. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Also from my side, first of all, a happy new year. Happy to see you all here. And yeah, from my side, an update on Barco Control. I want to update you with what's our current release, so what has been released last month and what does it include, and also what is coming in a next release, which will be 1.13, which will be next month. Let's start with our current release, which is 1.12. So this one has been released right before the Christmas holiday period. So it was a nice gift to put under the Christmas tree. Let me go quickly over it on what is included in this release. So first of all, 422. Chroma subsampling for the NGSD 440. What does it mean? Our color performance has been improved a lot. So that's good to see improved color performance for NGSD 440. Next one, also related to the NGSD 440, is the configurable TTL. TTL stands for time to live, and it's all about the amount of hops that a packet can survive in a network. This used to be 5, the default, not configurable. By now making this configurable, we can go beyond that number. And so we will allow Barco Control to be compliant, compatible in bigger networks to go beyond this 5 TTL. Next one is SON HDMI audio for both wall and desk. So you can now also use HDMI as your audio out on a SON. So this provides you more flexibility in how you want to use audio in combination with Barco Control. So that's also very good to see. Next one is an improvement for operators to help them in their workflow, and it's related to the console menu at the bottom of control desks where an operator accesses his sources. We'll now make it, or we have made it more easy to access that console menu. By just clicking Control or another configurable shortcut key, this menu pops up and it's more easy for an operator to access his or her sources. We already got a lot of good feedback on this small feature, so that's very good to see and hear. Next, as always, to some other improvements and fixes which are also included in this release. Like for log streaming, we now also support UDP instead of only TCP. We have a more consistent nums and caps lock state. Also, if you go to the PSU health and the diagnostics, you will also see the SAS 500 PSU state. And we have also increased the amount of RDP sources that can run on a single SON. That number has increased, so more performance, also good to see. So once again, this is the current release. This is 1.12, which is available right now. With that being said, and as you know, we're going fast on releases. We're bringing a lot of value to the market. We're already looking forward to the next release, which will be 1.13. And 1.13 is coming fairly soon, which is scheduled for February. This one will include, I'll also go over it, SNMP. So SNMP allows monitoring tools in the network to monitor devices, so to monitor control devices. Is a device up and running? What is the state, etc. So SNMP will be added as of 1.13. You'll see this is included for the SAS, the SON, and the OPS. One that is missing on this list is the NGSD 440. That will come in a next release, so that will be 1.14. NGSD not going to sleep. So from our partners, we received a lot of feedback on, there are scenarios where an NGSD goes to sleep if there is no source connected to this one. So also if you want to upgrade, then you need to go to that NGSD, hook up a source to it, unwake it again, and then you can upgrade it. So that can be annoying. So as from this release, an NGSD 440 or an NGSD will not go to sleep anymore, which will improve the upgradability and also the user experience. Next up is user management and security improvements. So looking at user management, the way that you configure users, add them to a group, add them to the system, it will be more clean in the UI, more easy, more UX friendly. So that's also good to see. And then the next one is decoder behavior feedback. So in fact, when you are launching sources on the desk, and if you are going almost beyond the limitations of how many sources can run on the desk, the system will give you feedback. Dear operator, you're running towards the limitations. Please be careful that a next source might not show up anymore. So the system will give better feedback to an operator. Next to some other improvements and fixes like check language will also be added, and we'll have better and more common web diagnostics in the diagnostics UI. So that's good to see. Once again, 1.13 is coming fairly soon and is scheduled for February. If you want to know more on these releases, more detail, first of all, definitely stay tuned for the technical session, because in that one I'll go more in detail through each one of these features, and I'll also touch briefly upon the 1.14 release. But also next to that, I'll do a short recap on our trainings. So as said, we're going fast on releases. We also want you, of course, to be aware on what is included in the last releases. So I think for that one, our Barco Control continued education is very interesting for all of you. This is a 1 hour online instructor-led training. The next training is also scheduled in February, and that will also touch upon the 1.12 and the 1.13 release. In much more detail, we'll dive into the software, we'll show you every new functionality. So definitely, interesting to watch. The register button is also included in the slides, will be shared afterwards. So I'll definitely recommend that one to follow. As said, it's a 1 hour online training. Next to that, I also want to do a short recap on the other training that we have, being our expert training, next to many others, but I want to highlight this one. Expert training, this is a 2 days in-class instructor-led training, and really gives you a full overview on how to set up control, configure control, troubleshoot control. So also these links are included in the slides, which will be shared afterwards. So I highly recommend these trainings to all of you. Definitely have a look at them. And with that being said, I want to hand it over to the next speaker, which is Chris, and who is joining remotely.
Yes, thank you, Jeffrey. Do you hear me well? Okay, yeah. Everybody hears me? Okay, yeah, thank you. Please. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody. Also wishing from my side the best for 2026. And I want to give you an update on what you can expect and what is new in large video walls for 2026. Let's start with RPC. And with RPC, besides our offering of new installs of ODL 721 and MVL 721, I want to put some spotlight here on the RPC upgrade kits for this year. Why is that? Well, there's a lot of potential still in there, and there are some key milestones this year that can help you to go and reach out to your customer with an existing installation and try to convince them to go for an upgrade of their installation and prolong the lifetime again of their installation for 10 years. What are those key milestones? Well, OVL series, the product that has been installed for quite some years, has been end of life, but it becomes end of service mid of this year. What does that mean? Well, of course, we will serve our existing customers that have service contracts with us until end of service or until end of the contract that we have signed with them. But for new additions or extensions to these contracts, we will carefully look project per project if we can still fulfill our service requirements. Because, of course, existing contracts always get priority on new contracts based on the existing spare stock and so on. So important to reach out for current customers that have OVL installations, no service contracts, or where service contracts will end, to reach out for an upgrade. Also on MVL, the Gen 1 MVL becomes end of service by end of this year. Same story, reach out to these customers to find out if they are willing to upgrade. And maybe a little bit more surprising, but ODL has been in the field for quite some time, and the first installations are 10 years old already. So there's also some potential. I looked at installations 2016, 2017 worldwide. We have approximately 1,500 cubes installed. of the ODL Gen 1. And ODL Gen 1, we will create a kit. I will come to that this quarter to generate give an upgrade kit from Gen 1 to the newest generation of ODL, allowing the customer to stay with very good image quality, but prolong the lifetime again up to 10 years. So you see a picture of the total install base. There are quite some opportunities still. 2025 was a quite good year in terms of upgrade kits. I think 2026 can become a great year again. Okay, next slide. Okay. Oh, that's one too far. Yes, thank you. Why upgrade? Well, of course, you see the picture on top, which is a kind of picture that shows the installation of an RGB laser in the midst of LED-based cubes. It's obvious that, let's say, the better end user viewing experience is there with better image quality and optimized ergonomics. Lower TCO because of the reduced power versus older RPC installations. We still offer 10-year maintenance contracts with our upgrade kits, so that can be for the customer very important. The advantage of a cube upgrade is also that the operation can still run and you can do it cube by cube while having most of your wall still up and running. We do also offer OPEX offerings for customers that have tightened budgets or want to work with maintenance budgets. And the price is approximately 50% of the cost of a new install. We did some price adjustments last year to make it even more attractive. For you as a partner, it can have the advantage that you don't need to re-tender. So the process is shorter and is asking less energy from you. It's still pure future-proof with dedicated service offerings. It's low-risk installs. And it's also an opportunity also to look at the controller side or additional business, upgrade business for you. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, that's a summary of where we are with our upgrade kits. On the right-hand side, you see a table with all the upgrade kits that we have available, the green ones or the released ones. On the bottom, you see this new upgrade kit, ODL 721 Gen 1 to the newest generation. The upgrade kit will be launched in the course of this quarter. And so please do reach out to your customers and see if they are willing to upgrade already their first gen ODL installations. The upgrade is quite straightforward because it's from ODL to ODL. Okay, good. Next slide. Well, on the next slide, I'm going to go to the LCD portfolio and specifically to the UniSee portfolio. So this is a timeline of what we have done on the UniSee platform from the start with the different milestones. I think I will come back maybe last year. One of the two last things that we have done is on UniSee 2, we have now a 3-star TÜV iComfort certification on the product. And we launched also our Invisi mount, which is the smart mount for corporates, as we call, but the smart mounts where the crosses on the outer sides of the display are less visible or almost invisible. So that has been launched in the second half of last year. What can you expect this year? First of all, on UniSee 2, we are in the process of creating an earthquake kit that will be launched, I hope, still in Q1, could be Q2. Another thing that we want to launch, currently UniSee 2 is Class A, but we will have a certification for Class B on UniSee 2 in the course of Q2 of this year. But then the bigger part is the launch of the UniSee 500 Plus, which will be done at ISE, and where in terms of deliveries, we will look at Q2 as well for this year. So let's zoom a bit in on UniSee 500 Plus. Next slide, please. Okay, why 500 Plus? Well, UniSee 500 Plus is a successor of UniSee 500 in terms of main specs like brightness, resolution. It's similar to the 500, but the Plus stands for some additional features and benefits for the customer. First of all, it's a new LCM that gives improved quality with better uniformity. And we also bring in the smart local dimming capabilities that we have launched on UniSee 2. Secondly, very importantly, is that the product has a 25% lower power consumption for the same brightness. So it's a greener product and extremely suitable for 24/7 in control rooms applications. In terms of the product itself, we reuse, so it's a new LCM, but we reuse a lot of UniC components like and features smart local dimming, also some extra monitoring capabilities that we have launched with UniC 2, like the backlight lifetime readout, power measurement readout, SMPS temperature readout. But we also reuse components such as the smart mount of UniC 2, the spike input board, the power supply, and the possibility to have an external power supply. Last but not least, especially for the America regions, TAA compliancy is there for the product. Okay, what are now the important milestones? Commercial launch, as mentioned before, ISE in February. Start quoting, we expect by end of February to start quoting the product. The order entry can then follow by end of the Q1. And first deliveries, we expect to be able to do in the second half of Q2. Exact dates to be confirmed, but it will be rather to the second half of Q2 of this year. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, next slide. Especially zooming in a little bit on smart local dimming. Smart local dimming is something we introduced on UniC 2, and it's quite important to create a video wall, a uniform video wall experience across all panels. If your local dimming within one panel is good, but it's not good across all panels, then as soon as you have content coming from one to the other panel, you could have picture quality loss. Maybe tap on once more, Jasleen, to see the video starting up. Okay. Jasleen, can you tap? Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, good. On the left-hand side, you see a conventional LCD without the smart local dimming. What happens? Well, adaptive on the content, the left side, it will not adapt correctly across the panels because sometimes there is much more white in one panel than in the other, and the smart local dimming will not the local dimming, if it's not smart, will not correct correctly for that. If you have smart local dimming, it will take into account this effect, and it will make sure that across all panels, this wall uniformity is better. So this is something we introduced on UniC 2. UniC 2 is a backlight with a lot of zones, much more zones than UniC 500 and much more zones than UniC 500 Plus. Hence, it's even more important for UniC 500 Plus that the smart local dimming is present, because the effect of the smart local dimming will be more outspoken because there are less LED zones of the backlight compared to UniC 2. Okay, next slide. Okay. Good. The value proposition. So as already mentioned, image quality stepping up due to the better LCMs, better uniformity, smart local dimming capabilities. Also important to mention, also 500 Plus will be EMC class B, and it will have improved heat radiation, meaning ergonomics-wise, the product will be better. On the sustainability part, lower power consumption, more new parameters to monitor the lifetime of your video wall. And in our Barco Eco score, this product will achieve an A+ score, whereas UniC 500 has an A score. So the 500 Plus, really, there are some pluses versus the current 500 products. Okay, next slide. I think the next slide is the final slide. It's a comparison of a couple of parameters between UniC 500, UniC 500 Plus. More detailed specs will, of course, become available with the launch of the product. But here, some key changes or some key differences are already mentioned, which I have discussed in the slides before. So that's it from my side. Thank you and enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Chris. So we are at the last slide, and we have a open-ended question for you. What are the topics or types of content that you would like to see in our next PartnerCom, that you find most valuable for our next PartnerCom session? And we will launch the poll now. So please answer those. It's an open-ended question. Give us some suggestions, and we will take those points into consideration for our next session. Yeah, I see some answers coming in. Thank you. But I think we can do much better. Okay, some nice tips coming in. I really encourage you to help us in this, to give us some tips. Okay, we have some responses. Thank you very much. And I think we can close the session. If you still have some nice tips for us or any topics that you really would like to see, you can always reach out to us via mail. And with this, we are at the end of the session, and I'm going to check if there are any questions. I'm looking at my colleague, Jeffrey. He's monitoring the questions. There are no questions for the moment, but if you really would like to ask something here, just unmute yourselves, and the team is here to answer all your questions. No questions? Okay, so if we have no questions here, we will close this session. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you to the presenters as well. If you have any questions, you can still send it to us via chat. No, the chat is not available here, but you can send it to us through email, and we will be happy to answer you. So thank you very much for your time, and we will see you next time. Thank you.